So the third one, and probably the least one that you just don't want to do, and myself included, but you just gotta do it. I hate to say it, it is what it is. You have to promote your work on social media. You have to put yourself out there and, really show the projects that you're working on. I know when I first started doing, freelance, and I started taking it seriously where, I wanted to do it like full time and be, as remote as I can be and what have you. I had a hard time promoting my stuff on there because I was always second guessing if it's quality work or whatever. But really at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter, And the reason why it doesn't matter is because, yeah, people will look at it, but it's okay if you don't get any likes from it or you don't get any comments, because you can have a bunch of people that are your friends or your followers on whether it's LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, and, I recommend just promoting it on all of them as much as you can. Is that even though that they don't, engage in it, that doesn't mean that they didn't view it, and it doesn't mean that they're not going to keep you top of mind. And what I mean by top of mind is that you're always reminding people that you do this type of work because people are busy and they forget, they forget that you're in that industry or whatever you're doing. A lot of times I would notice that. Like I wasn't promoting that much and people didn't even really know that I did video, or people didn't know that I, work on websites and stuff like that. So for me, I always try to just at least once a week show something behind the scenes, even if it's part of a logo or part of a web page, anything creative. Just put your project up there and talk about it a little bit and, let people just take a look at it, because that will ultimately trickle in work at some point. Your friends or your family are going to recommend you to one of their friends that need, a wedding done or an event to get shot for. So yeah, it just happens a lot. You wouldn't think that it does, but it does trickle in the business. And I feel like you just got to keep that momentum and that relevancy up.